Hey guys, Coach Nate here with NCSA coming at you today with drills to be doing for running backs specifically. I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to get a workout video in. Great way to show coaches what you've been up to from end of the season last year to this point now. Great for those guys that you aren't going to be having their season until the winter or spring. Also still great for the guys that are still having their season in the fall. Always an opportunity to show coaches kind of a prelude to what they're going to be seeing for the season. At the end, we're going to go over some of the different route trees for the running back, so pay attention to that. But equipment-wise, really minimal what you need. Realistically, other people, I'd say at least one other person to be able to work with you in those drills. If you don't have a tripod, maybe having someone else film for you as well, that would work great. If you are able to get bags from your high school coach, that would be great. Otherwise, it'd be something where you can use backpacks, duffel bags, something with a little bit of height to them. And cones, if you have cones, awesome. If you don't, feel free to use a sock, shoe, shirt, anything like that. And then when you're running routes, if you're able to grab your quarterback for that, awesome. If you're not able to grab them, feel free to use mom and dad. It's just the main thing is important is to get out there and show them your catching ability and what you can do with the ball in your hands. So as we're going to start off with the different drills for you here today, the first one that we're going to be starting with is the toss to cone zigzag. Typical sweep, toss play, being able to see them work to the outside. And as we get started here, you'll see our running back going to normal toss and then cutting 5 different times for the drill. It's a case where he is going to be working to show that he can keep his shoulders square, under control, be able to hit that cone, plant, and cut to the outside. After he hits the last cone, he plants and bursts forward for about 5-10 yards. Main thing here is not only showing speed, but also control. Coaches want to make sure that they can see you not crossing your feet over, not tripping over yourself, seeing you plant to the outside, and get upfield. The main thing you're going to see there as well is how square he keeps his shoulders to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be really important as you're going, on those outside plays, making those different cuts, that you are able to keep yourself squared up so you can power through some of those arm tackles. You get hit, you can keep your feet, but the main thing is balance and control. Next drill we have on here is going to be the bag hop over drill. Pretty much anyone that's ever been to a football camp has done this one before. Even if you haven't, chances are your coaches have done this with you as well. So it's going to be a simple case of jumping laterally, then forward, and bursting out to a 5-yard sprint. Watching this athlete here, what you're going to see is he's very in control. He's not a case where he is out, arms flailing wildly, legs aren't flailing out, left arm there is jumping out a little bit, but he's, really showing that he can maintain control while he's in midair. And once he hits that last jump, you see him get there and burst out into the route. What they want to see here is, again, a case of control and then explosive power. And you're also going to see here that he's not really staying too long on the ground. It's tap, 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 go. You want to make sure that you're showing that, and again, not being out of control with his speed. He's showing that he can maintain good speed and not be flailing his legs or flailing his arms. The third drill that we're going to have on here is the bag step over and reaction. What you have so far is more of a power play where you're getting the handoff, more of an outside run, being able to cut inside the defensive end. And as you saw there, he planted with his right foot, his outside foot. He's going over the 4 bags there. This is showing high knees, being able to drive his legs up while moving forward with some good speed. It's meant to simulate you running through the middle, running through the wash. Players might be down on the ground, legs might be strung out, making sure that you're not dragging your feet and tripping over simple bags like that. But again, what you're seeing is speed and control. Lastly, what you're going to have is your extra helper, extra defender out there on the outside, being able to face one direction or another. Being able to show, force you one way and you're meant to go the opposite way. If it's a case where you're ever, working on these drills and you're finding it a little too easy, might be a case where your defender's a little bit too far away from the bags. As you see on here, from the last bag to that defender is probably about 3 yards. Probably a little bit less than 10 feet. It's not something where the defender's way out there. What this is meant to do is force you to keep your head up, understand where you're running just by feel, be able to see that defender and be able to react from him. Now, this is a drill that I'm going to recommend for you to work both sides and probably do about 2 to 3 reps each. This way you can show coaches that you're not expecting the same thing over and over again, that you can work to your left, work to your right, and be able to have that reaction time to work whichever direction that the defender is going to be facing you. Now, kind of the next step from this, and our last and final drill, is lateral bag step over and reaction drill. This one, similar idea, being under control but having some speed. You're going to see our running back here, quick feet, high knees, through the bags, working laterally, cutting upfield, and reacting to the defender that's there at the end. But you're going to see on here that he's staying squared up, staying laterally. And if you notice, his eyes are always looking up, always looking forward. Outside that first step where he wanted to know where he was at, always understanding where his legs are going and being able to see that defender so he can react. These are all, main thing you're going to see with all these drills is that running back is keeping his eyes up the entire time. As a running back, you can't have your eyes down. Otherwise, you're going to run into the back of your lineman or, be able to run straight into that defender and, wouldn't be able to get any extra yards. You want to make sure that you have that reactionary movements, be able to see what is going to get you the most yardage downfield.